Welcome to Stakeholder Prepping.
What's up, guys? I'm here to give you a quick little demo of the Stakeholder Prepping Tinder Card that we've got out now. This is a very cool piece of gear. So if you look at this on the front side, we've got a number of different ways to start a fire with nothing more than just some rudimentary tools. We've got all the details about the card, our little our Spotify code there, so you can listen to us while you try not to be hypothermic. And on the back, we've got some very cool info here. So there's a bunch of different ways to build a fire, from the keyhole fire to the Dakota hole fire, T-fires, long fires, things like that. And then some instructions on how to build the most efficient fire, where to start it with wind direction and all those kinds of things. And then if you look along these gray lines here, we've actually got a couple different ways to fold the card to make it a more efficient fire starting tool. So you can pinch the card along these diagonal lines and get something like this, where that's going to be a spot to gather small tinder or even magnesium shavings. And if you cut the card along these lines here, along these notches, you actually fold the card pretty efficiently, and you can turn it into a bit of a fire base. So this is more of a square deal where you can turn this into a fire base. And if you look here, what I've done, this is your traditional sort of teepee fire. I have built it in a keyhole design, and I really like the keyhole fire for a couple different reasons. If you look on the Tinder card, we've actually got both of those, both the teepee fire and the keyhole design. I like the keyhole design. What that allows you to do is start a fire here, and then when you have coals, you can rake them out here, and this becomes a really good cooking fire. So you can rake your hot coals and cook. I was actually lucky enough here to find a nice flat rock, so I could actually install this flat rock very easily and make myself a nice cooking base and get the hot coals under that. And that way, it doesn't really matter what kind of wood you're using. You're not going to get smoke from like a soft wood that could be potentially harmful. So we've always said, right, what's the best way to start a fire? I mean, honestly, it's the Bic lighter, but I'll show you a couple different ways. And it's very cool because the fire card is hand dipped in beeswax. You actually get a lot more BTUs out of this. This card is built out of bamboo and cotton. So unlike a traditional, like a business card that's made of compressed fibers and bleached paper, this is going to give you a longer lasting burn for just how tiny this is. I mean, this is just basically the size of a business card and fits in your pocket. So I'll show you a couple different ways to do this. If we use our fire base design like I've cut it, this is very cool. I can just light this with a Bic, stick that in there, and then I can use my smaller little pieces of tinder to get in there. So if you watch this thing, when it starts to burn, it's going to go a very long time because of that beeswax. Beeswax is very efficient. It's far more efficient than, say, like your traditional paraffin wax. So I'm going to get that in there, get that going. And then I've got a couple little smaller pieces of wood I can use, just little pieces of tinder to get that on there. And you notice that card is still going. If we had just a traditional piece of paper like that, it would not be that efficient. So one really cool thing we do on here is we've got these little black boxes. And really, this is a great way to gauge and measure your initial tinder sticks. You probably don't want anything much bigger than these when you start this card going in the first place. So I've got sticks about that big, and I can put them in our fire. And this fire is going to go. Now, the way I've designed this is we've had an open spot here on this side, and the wind is blowing kind of away from us. And that's kind of by design. That way we can start the coals going here, and we can have the smoke not go towards us at all.